just at the end then with that last minute goal from Alex?
What was he saying? Was he pretty pleased? What?
Singing a praise.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have to do that. He's been a class player. There's no question about it. He's played for big teams, and he's performed brilliantly. Just delighted to have him. Really delighted to have him. Getting him onto the field as well too turns the game for us, which is brilliant, as only he can.
Is that what you had in mind, Mark, when we spoke to you a week or two ago, and you said, we're looking at free agents out, sort of like Chamberlain? Give us maybe that bit extra. Was that exactly what you pictured?
Very, very much so. It was exactly that. Well, did I think he was going to be as dramatic as that and scoring the goal? But I think that he can give us something. No question about that. He's a really decent player when he gets up to speed with things. He's only done a couple of days, and I couldn't be more pleased with him. He's made a big impact, believe it or not, even in the training sessions with the rest of the players, which is that's always a good sign. And I'm delighted he's in, and I think that when he's properly fit, he'll be great for us.
To show that level of calmness that he did when it was a bit frantic, that's going to, you think, serve you well in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm. Frantic. You're right. It was frantic on the pitch. It was frantic in the dugout as well. So it was great. It was just the way, and I was kind of right behind it when I saw him. The minute left his foot, I thought, this is in. It was just great.
We can all see his quality, but you mentioned his qualities as a man as well. He seems like a great character.
He is actually. He's incredibly modest, really, about his achievements in the game, and he wants to do well. And I think he thought himself, he's 32 years of age, and he should be at the peak of his career, really. He's gone off to Turkey for a couple of years. Perhaps maybe no one wanted to take him. I don't know that particular scene, but he's had a few managers out there, and so he's come back. Didn't have the club training with Arsenal, obviously, the things that we know, and he's come up here, and he wants to have a go, which is great.
I was saying to Alex that some things are just written in the stars. Did you ever feel him when he came off the bench that something special was going to happen tonight?
Love to tell you that. Really love to say. Did I think he might actually make a little bit of an impact even in the few moments? Yeah. Did I think he was going to score a wonder goal like that there? Not really. But I was hoping that he would add, just as you start, about a bit of calmness to the situation. We were trying when Livingston equalised. Then, of course, crowd get very, very anxious, and when we take 2 or 3 extra passes, there's a kind of a feeling which I'd known about way back in my time as well, to the minute that goes back once or twice. I mean, you can understand it, a bit of frustration, but you just felt as if, just exactly what you say, just thought he just added that wee bit of class to us, and even in those few moments that he was on.
Just before the goal, Martin, obviously Rangers were winning at Fir Park. Celtic then score, Rangers then lose a goal. How pivotal a moment could this be?
I think there will be a few twists and turns. I've just done an interview there, and I think there will be. But I think it's because there's a lot of tension around. We have got no room to manoeuvre. But you've heard that a few times from me. I'm sick saying it, and but we don't. We find ourselves in this position. So we've been chasing the whole way, and so what we've done tonight, we've kept ourselves in it.
You created so many chances in the first half.
I think this is really the whole point. The game, honestly, I think we could have been well ahead after 20 minutes in the game. We get the goal, and then you're hoping to add the second one. And we did have chances. We had chances before the goal, and we had a couple of chances after it. But once it's still in the balance, I said to the players at half time, the game's still in the balance, because you know that Livingston are very, very strong with good set piece deliveries and things like this here have caused us plenty of problems, and that was always the concern.
Are you at the stage now where you are looking at the league table as each game passes by, and there's still 13 left to play for?
Do you know, I've always heard this about that managers, when asked these questions way back years ago, and saying, well, don't really look at the table. I've looked at this table all the time, yeah. Unfortunately, it never changes. It never seems to change at all. But I do, yeah. So I think idiocy really to say that you don't look at the table. Of course you do, and but it's one thing looking at the table, it's fine, and staring at it. The other thing is trying to do something about it, and that's all we can do. I'm not in control of anything else. I'm not even sure I'm in control here either, but at the end of it all, that's all we can do ourselves.
Well, you're talking about it being written in the stars for Alex to score that goal. Going back to the Motherwell game, Stephen Welsh that scored the last minute equaliser to pull Rangers back and almost level out the title race.
Yeah.
It just seems like, talking about twists and turns,
Yeah.
This season's got so many storylines that nothing we've seen.
Well, that's true. Well, Stephen, excuse me, Stephen was. We brought him back first of all because we didn't have an extra centre back at the time, but he wanted to go back to Motherwell, which was fine, and I think he was stopped from getting leaving in the summertime. There was a possibility of him going to a football club. It was held back for some reason or other. Anyway, and I think he was disappointed with that. And I think the club saw in many aspects. He was out at Motherwell. He wanted to go back. He didn't really want to be like. If it came to the point about fourth choice centre back, well, we just had to wait until we get someone in, and we did very late on. And he's gone back there. He's really enjoying himself. He's loving it, and that's great for him.
Mentioned before the game, obviously your 200th league game in charge of Celtic, still finding ways to free your nerves.
I'm 200 games. Is it 200 league games? I was told that there in the interview. I honestly didn't know. I would have got long odds about that there in about the 5th of October, of last year. Long odds. You wouldn't have gone to Ladbrokes with that one, anyway, So, very pleased.
Straight ahead to Kilmarnock then, Martin. How do you pick the boys up and go again? I mean, you've been doing it for the last month, and what do you expect from Kilmarnock?
A really difficult game. Obviously, they're in a good run of form now. At this moment, it changes, and really expect a difficult match.
In terms of what we've seen in the last two Celtic games, you scored last-minute goals to win the game or keep you in the game. Is that a positive or is it a negative? And is it something that you can sustain going forward for the rest of the season?
It's a very good question. I think myself that it's, if those late goals did prove resilience and a bit of character, that's great. But I don't think you can live in your nerves for the rest of the time like that. There, expect or hoping that you're going to dig out a winner very late on. It's just it's not plausible, I don't think.
Are you expecting Kilmarnock to be right up for it as well? They picked up 3 points.
Absolutely, they'll be up for it anyway. There's no question about that.
And just a quick one on fitness as well. I don't know, is it too early for Arne Engels? Came off
if I was doing this for you on Friday, I'd be here.
Yeah. You already know.
I'm so sorry. I don't know is the answer, and I need to speak to the medical staff. But if he's out for some time, that'll be a loss to us.
There was no Yang or Vicar tonight either. Are they injury concerns?
Yeah, no. I thought that for Yang, who's played loads and loads of games, just a wee bit like the way we left a couple out on Saturday, and that was it. There was nothing more than that there. And the young lad coming in, I thought that it was a tough old game for him at the weekend. It's just learning, getting to grips with things. And that's all. But we'll need him anyway. So it's not a major problem.